This is my son Ashton. What a cheeky boy he was when he was little. Hello, I'm Louisa, Ashton's mum. In March 1981, Ashton was diagnosed as being deaf when he was just 18 months old. It was caused by pneumococcal pneumonia. From his audiogram, it showed that he had central neural damage to his cochlear nerve. He stayed in the children's hospital for 11 days, which was an unpleasant experience.
Can you explain your role and how you reacted when you realised your son was deaf?
Yeah. When Ashton became deaf, I used to be a children's nurse for 7 years, and I realised straight away when he came home from hospital after having pneumococcal pneumonia that he wasn't responding to sounds, for example, like banging on a saucepan. And my instant thought was, how is he going to read if he's deaf? And then I couldn't really do much because it was like a Friday, so I waited till the Monday and I took him to the health visitor to do a hearing test. I'm really proud of Ashton, considering his deaf and what he's achieved.
Can you explain why you decided to learn BSL?
I thought it was important when Ashton started nursery because they had just introduced BSL at the nursery. So I thought that was an important way for him to be able to communicate with others so he didn't feel left out.
What's your advice for black parents with deaf children and babies?
Most important thing, really, not to take the advice really of the education or health department, not negatively, but challenge everything that you're told, and also encourage the children, and particularly when you're reading to them, use like a body language to interpret stories, and that should help with the communication, and encourage other parents to learn BSL to help communicating with the children so they don't feel left out.
Can you tell me what is your view on cochlear implants and why you didn't choose to have an implant for Ashton?
I wasn't too keen for Ashton to have a cochlear implant because when he was 3 years old, they had only just started with them. And from doing some research, I understood that whatever residual hearing they had, it would damage it. So I wasn't very keen for him to have a cochlear implant. It doesn't help that the press gives a negative view, saying that children will hear again. And I knew full well they couldn't hear again with the cochlear implant. They just have to learn signals and discourage the children to use BSL. But when Ashton got older, he actually thanked me for not letting him have a cochlear implant. I think it's important that Ashton learned to do BSL on his own. Even if he hadn't learned it, he would have learned it himself. If he hadn't had BSL, it would be very frustrating for him. And I think it helped him, particularly at university when he had an interpreter to help with his studies, and obviously later on in life. I'm sorry, but if anyone mentioned to me that it was a sin to be deaf, they wouldn't like the response I was going to give them. One friend of mine, she actually said that Ashton should go into the care of the authorities. And another one actually said to me, we should go to a faith healer to fix him.
Can you explain Ashton's journey throughout his studying and then going on to become such a high-profile photographer?
I realized early on that he was very competitive and creative. I wasn't sure what he was going to do at the time, but then he went to Bedford School, which is upper school, and then he achieved his GCSEs, went on to college to do art and design, and then he went on to Preston University to do graphic design and became a graphic designer. But he uses the graphic design as part of his photography. I'm his mother. I'm so proud of his enormous achievement.